Hello, I am ATHEL. So, the ones with the pointiest ears, the noblest of hearts, the keenest of eyes, the elves, have taken your fancy for Warhammer the Old World. With the two good elf factions being fully supported, and the red-headed stepchild of the race being thrown into the PDF army list, it would be a good time to talk about budget armies for the good elf factions. I was going to do Dark Elves too, but as I've already covered them in the previous video, it would be redundant for me to repeat myself, and of course I'm not amazing top 10. These are two armies for the High Elves, well, one for the High Elves and one for the Wood Elves. The rules for the army building are still unknown, as you know, but I will be sticking to the 1 hero 2 core choices as compulsory, and rare and special being less common. The budget is £150 as always. Now budgets are important. The High Elves of ULHUAN, I wanted to do different armies for each realm or area, but High Elves are pretty uniform in the way their armies function. And also the problem is that most of the High Elf unit choices have disappeared from the Games Workshop website for now. They are highly likely to come back, as High Elves are a supported faction, as I've said, for Warhammer the Old World. The Age of Sigmar faction is a good, Realm Lord of Lumineth of course, is a good proxy and for kit bashing. So you can use the Vanguard box, but I don't want to use the Vanguard box for this army. I want to try and make it as Warhammer Fantasy as much as possible. So you need your hero choice. Oh, just a heads up, there's a lot of kit bashing in this one, and this one will be when we get the new models, I will definitely be doing all these videos again. Anyway, we start with the hero choice. The Nomad Prince is the best choice at £16. And 2 units without going into Age of Sigmar, Eternal Guard. These are £32 each, £32.50 each I should say. They look high elfish and will need some extra converting to really look like your spearmen. The special unit, the Phoenix Guard, again £32.50, and they look really good with their heavy armour and heavy weapons, with plenty of spare parts for your spearmen. So you can really make this Eternal Guard look into more high elf than, Wood Elf. And finally, now this one's a bit of a, I don't want to go to Age of Sigmar, but that doesn't leave out the Middle Earth. So we're looking for the Great Eagles. You get 2 for £32.50. This is your rare unit. And yeah, it's a pretty good fast attack. You have a sizable army here of 33 models. And just so you know, I have actually rung up a couple times for this. Middle Earth is now allowed to be used in Warhammer, so it's no longer a separate entity. They have a license. Wood Elves. Okay, these are far more fun, and especially for people who like Bretonnia, because that's where they live in LOREN. And they have so much available right now for Warhammer the Old World, and honestly, out of all the factions on the good side, I think the Wood Elves pretty much have the highest number of units, and they have a lot. First is the hero choice, the original Dryker model, the little one. She looks great and she is cheap at £12. So great, you got a named character for your budget army straight away. 2 boxes of Dryads. These form 3 core units at £32.50 a box, and you get 16 in a box. You actually get 3 units there. That's really good, to be honest with you. That's just over £22 a unit. So that's good. I like that. Now we're going to add some fast attack in as well with your wild riders. I really do like these miniatures. They look really cool. And of course you can make Sisters of Thorn with that box too. And this is a pretty sizable army already. You've got 36 models. So you're beating the High Elf army. So let's finish off with a nice big centerpiece and have a Tree Man Ancient there at £45. He's a great centerpiece for your Wood Elves, and he will look amazing if in your army. Now the thing is about elves is that thankfully that Games Workshop have verified that Wood Elves and High Elves are being supported for Warhammer the Old World. Well, I would say Wood Elves definitely would have to be, given that Bretonnia is a big player. And yeah, Beastmen as Chaos as well. Those 2 factions would definitely indicate that Wood Elves are going to be making a comeback, and there's so many great models I want to see come back. I want to see Orion come back. I would like to see a new Ariel as well. not the old one. It looks pretty dopey, and a new one with the big butterfly wings would look amazing, especially with what they've done with Mortarion and his moth wings. That would look great. High Elves, yeah, absolutely love High Elves. If one of the good armies I might do, it's like good armies I would try and do always an Elf, but I'm probably going to go Empire. But yeah, I do like Elves, which means we're probably going to see a new Teclis model, not the Age of Sigmar one. It's probably a new Tyrion model as well. Might even see Kalidor, which would be quite cool. So yeah, there's plenty of choices here already for Wood Elves. Definitely looking forward to new army books as well, because especially if they're focusing on a specific time period, we can see, like, if you look at the old Warhammer books, which I've been doing for these videos, looking at the old ones, you can see there's like this big gap where nothing really happens during this time. If you look at the Vampire Counts book, it literally stops at the Manfred and goes straight to the Chaos Invasion. This is a big period of time where there's a lot missing, and I'd like to see more of it, especially with the Elves. But with Chaos we know what they're doing, and of course Dark Elves are going to be allying with them. But with the High Elves and the Wood Elves, definitely, I've gotten really excited about this. I'd like to see how they would do the new bowmen for Wood Elves. Wood Elves are a very shooty army, and are great for Warhammer the Old World, because honestly, not many armies have had shooty. We've always had a decent range as well, which is another reason to collect Wood Elves. They had one of the longest ranges, even for Elves. They could outshoot Elves, normal High Elves as well. There's fair enough a bit of artillery going to be coming for him as well. Hopefully we'll see some new Wild Eagle Riders, some new Dragon models. These are things I think we're really going to see. New Dragon model will be great, because we can get the Dark Elf one, which would look fantastic, and we've got everything else as well. Just thinking, so when you've got, of course Elves had a very big bestiary of armies for creatures back in the day, which would be great to see again. See some Dragon Princes return as well. It'll be all fantastic. Well, that's enough for today, I think. So, High Elves, what's your opinion on the Elves? The good Elves? Do you reckon they're bad? Do you reckon, are you going to collect them? What would be your go-to model for your first one? I would honestly say, for me, my go-to army would be the Wood Elves one, which I described today, and add some extra Sisters of Thorn and Wild Riders, and some Eternal Guard as well. But do a mostly one, so I can tell everyone I've got wood. Well, thank you very much for watching. Link to Wayland Games is down below as always if you want to save money on your Warhammer with free delivery after £20. And there is Forbidden Planet if you like comics. They do Warhammer stuff too. And there is my comics as well as my merchandise, cups, t-shirts, etc, etc, etc. And of course Patreon. But as always, go and treat yourself something nice rather than just giving me money straight away. I'd rather you guys do that because it supports the channel either way. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.